Welcome into the era of AI. Hello, and welcome into this update of the Finance YouTube channel course. Now, in this lecture, I'm going to teach you how you can use the combination of CapCut as well as ChatGPT to generate videos or shorts for your YouTube channel as well as TikTok. Now, inside the course, I showed you a way which you can take or extract a video from the internet. We gave the example of Robert Kiyosaki's video, and basically how you can turn that into a short. But there is also other ways to create videos, and I have just discovered a great way that doesn't require us to use voiceover AI or anything of the such, because CapCut's new AI characters are incredible. Now let's get right into it. So say that we want to create a video about finance. First of all, go to ChatGPT. Now you can start by saying, I have a finance YouTube channel. Okay, we might start there. Just click enter so that ChatGPT can know what you're doing. Then, once you prime it, once it knows what it is that you're doing, we can go ahead and say, brainstorm 5 top different topics that most people don't know about money, such as inflation, which not many people understand their inflation's global, let's just say, impact, and so on and so forth. So here it gives us a couple of topics. So the psychology of money, okay, well, I guess it thinks I'm trying to create a book or something. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to say, I don't want articles or books. Okay, so now we get into the details. We say, I explain finance terms to people to simplify definitions like inflation. For example, give me 5 different topics to create a viral video about. And now it's going to basically take this new command, understanding the compound interest, inflation explained, credit scores demystified. Okay. Now what I'm actually going to go with credit scores. I'm going to say, I like the third topic. I just want to take it slowly with ChatGPT. I don't want to overwhelm it. Okay. So now it basically is explaining. So what I'm going to do in a 45-second YouTube short, I want to educate people about this. And I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm going to be as simple as possible with my prompt. So here it's basically giving me some text explaining the visuals that I should add and so on and so forth. So what I'm going to say is I'm going to say write voiceover for every 5 seconds, okay? And for every 5 seconds of voiceover, describe the background video in less than 5 words. So what it's going to do now, this is 45 seconds. So for every 5 seconds, it's going to give me the voiceover to say, or the character must say, and the background for that voiceover. And so now it gives us what we want. So what we're going to ask it is, now assemble all the voiceovers, right, in one paragraph, and assemble all the scene descriptions in bullets. And it's going to go and do just that. So as you can see, it's assembling the voiceovers, and it's going to assemble all the scenes. Now, I'm going to go ahead and copy this particular voiceover right here. I'm not sure if this is going to be 45. I think it's only going to be about 30 seconds. It's important that you do the voiceover before the scene. So go to CapCut, click on Create Project, and then what you need to do is to click here on this text element and drag a piece of text just about here. Once you've done so, here is what you need to do. Now, once we did this, I want you to double click on default text and then paste your text. After you paste your text in there, click AI characters and select the AI character which you want to use as the hero for this video. There's multiple AI characters out here that you can utilize, and you can go ahead and choose one that basically looks like a finance guru. Ultimately, I think this guy with the costume would look good. By the way, make sure you explore all of the other ones, because there are some ones where the person looks like they're holding a phone. There are ones where the person looks like he's basically walking. So you can try those ones as well. All right. So there's multiple AI characters here for you. And I'm thinking maybe I should use something other than the regular costume that we always see. Kind of like this. Now, once you have selected your character, I want you to click Add right here, where the voice that's going to be applied is the voice of this character. If you want to change his voice, click right here on this particular element, and then you can go to Voice, and you can basically change his voice to something else. But I wouldn't recommend that you do that, because his voice is selected by default to charming male. If you want to select a different voice, you can select, but he's selected at default, or by default, charming male. Now, what you can do is you can add an accent. So, for example, I think this will be interesting. I can add the Spanish accent. I think the Spanish accent is really
Estás
interesting.
usando la función de text.
And so I'm going to start reading. What I'm going to do is I'm going to update the speech. It's going to take it to a Spanish accent. And people might like this. You know, there's people that like different accents than, for example, people in the US, they like to hear people in French accents, Spanish accents. So we might add that touch to kind of make it look like, you know, we're original, you know. So as you can see, this is applying. And by the way, if it tells you that your script has to be less than 500 characters, then you need to take it in batches. You need to take the first part, the script, do it or cut it in half. Do the first part, then add another piece of text and do the second part. Just make sure you select the same character and the same voice for both. Now I'm going to click right here and eliminate this piece of text. Secondly, I'm going to click on ratio right here and turn it into 9:16, right? And as you can see, now I have my character over there. I have everything set. I want you to right click here and then extract the audio so that we can basically have the audio separated. Then I want you to click on the audio and come right here into the volume. And let's just basically go ahead and increase the volume. Also, I'm going to enhance the voice by using a pro feature, which you can only use if you have pro membership, but that's okay with me. I'm going to use it. So it's basically enhancing the voice right now. Now what I need to do is to go and find some scenes to put in the cover so that it seems like he has a background in the back. So first of all, make sure that you know exactly how many seconds your voiceover is. So 25 seconds is the length. Even though I asked ChatGPT to generate a 45-second video, but that's normal for it to do this because there's no way to know how, or it doesn't have a measure to measure what each word equals in seconds. Okay, because there are some people that might say this text in 1 minute. Believe me, there are some people that might say this text in 10 seconds, and there are some that might say it in 30. So every person talks differently, and so you cannot blame ChatGPT for that inconsistency. Now I'm going to go to canva.com, and I want you to go there as well. And in the meantime here, we want to pack as many scenes in a Canva video as possible regarding this topic. So engaging text animation, credit score demystified, that one, we're not going to really care about it. Reason is because we're going to add captions, okay? Now we're going to go to the second. So calendar, So let's copy this description. I want you to go back to canva.com and then simply click on create a design. Once you have done so, I want you to click on custom size and then switch this instead of pixels to inches. And then 9:16 inches, 9 in width, 16 in height. This is the rule for shorts. Now I'm basically going to go ahead and click enter, in which case this is going to take us right here into Canva. First off, calculate how many scenes you have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, only 7. Now, this is the initial scene. The last one is for like, share, and follow, which we can add ourselves as a Canva sticker or as a CapCut sticker. So we don't need to add a video because this is a short. so it's not going to be good. Now I'm going to go to Canva here, and I'm going to start with the first scene. Now we have 7 scenes, so create the first page, second page, third, fourth, until you have 7 scenes precisely, and then go into Elements and search for this. All right. Now I want you to go to Videos right here, and then just do this. Don't do anything else. Just follow what I'm doing. Click a scene that you like. All right, so I'm going to go with this one, okay? And I would just like to go ahead and set the video to the background. Then after we do this, well, this one should have been in the first, so I'm going to put it as the first right here at the beginning. Then what I want you to do is go back to ChatGPT and get the second scene. So this is a pie chart. I'm going to copy pie chart, come back to the second scene, and let's search for a pie chart. All right. So search for a pie chart. There's many pie charts here. Pick the one you like. Now let's say, for example, you like this one. Pick it and then click set the video to the background. And you may double click to actually show a little bit more of it. Then you might want to go back here to the third page and go back to ChatGPT. Now let's go to credit card. I'm only going to copy credit card because the second half of the description is not really important. I'm going to paste the credit card here. And we have a bunch of videos about credit cards. Pick one and then right click and set the video to the background. Then go to number 4. Number 4, we have a bar graph. So bar graph, copy bar graph. And go back into ChatGPT or into Canva. Sorry. And basically look for bar graph. There's plenty of bar graphs here. I'm just going to choose one that looks like trading. And I would like to set it up as a background video. Then I'm going to go to old credit card. Okay, old credit card. I'm going to click right here and basically go and add old credit card. And there is plenty of videos here. I'm just going to pick one of them like this. And let's go to number 6. We have timeline with credit history. All right, let's copy this. Look for a significant scene that represents this. And we have a bunch of scenes. This one is actually a short, so I might just set it up as a background. And then what do we have more? Person reviewing credit report. Let's copy. And I think we can use maybe this one. Or probably can search, but I think we can just use this one because it's looking quite good. We can just make sure that we show the face as well as the card. And now, remember, our scene is only 25 seconds. So if you go back to CapCut, it's only 25 seconds. So what you need to do, first of all, is to click in between the scenes, hover, and add a transition. And basically add the dissolve transition and apply it between all the pages. Secondly, what we need to start doing is click on the first scene, go to playback option, increase the video speed to 2. Click the second one, increase the video speed to 2. Click the third, increase the video speed, then the fourth, increase the video speed, then the fifth. And I might sound like a broken record, but I have to do this. So every scene, we want to take it and speed it up, okay? Now it's 45 seconds. So now we're going to go and check the scene. So this is the first, this is a scene, this is another one, this is another one. And this one is 10 seconds, so it should be lower than this. So we have to go ahead and make sure we reduce it significantly. And click out or done. Then go to another scene that looks bigger, like this is 12 seconds. So this one should be about less than that. So let's make it 4. Done. And now we're at 31. Let's see which scene is also bigger. This one is 9.4. And I think with this, we will solve the problem. So this should be at about 4 or 3.9. And now we're at 25.7 seconds. It's good. Now what we're going to do is you're going to say finance video background. That's what we're going to name this. You don't have to name it anything different. And then you can go ahead and share. Download. I want you to download this as an MP4. If you have access to Canva Pro, know that you can go to the highest quality, which is 4K, and download in 4K in case you want to do it. But in case you don't want to do it, in case you don't have Canva Pro, then you can just download a video without the 4K quality. And guess what? Inside of Canva, you know that there are some videos that are available for everyone to use, and there are some videos with this Pro tag on them that can only be used by a Canva Pro subscriber. So that's why I subscribed to Canva quite a long time ago, because I think they're really useful for me and they're really a good return on my money. So as you can see here, the video is being downloaded. Once this video is downloaded, what we're going to do with it is we're going to come and place it right here in the cover, and we're going to make sure it works. Now, as you can see, we have the character, he's talking. If you want to get an idea about how this looks like, I can play it.
Want to boost your credit score? Here is a how. First, always pay your bills on time. Pay.
Well, actually, on second thought, I think that the Spanish accent was not really cool. So what we're going to do is we're going to click right here on this, and then, well, instead of clicking, I can just go back in time when the voice was still attached. And I want to go to the voice, and I want to go back to Charming Male, because as you can see, it's not you cannot comprehend the voice, because I think they still need to work on it. All right, so I'm gonna just go back to the original voice, and I'm gonna right click here, extract the audio. Well, let's go back. I think I'm just gonna go back. Okay, I'm gonna try it again. Okay, it's applying.
You're using the text-to-speech feature. Choose a voice you like.
Make sure that you wait until this is applied at 100%, and then we can extract the audio and basically enhance the voice and so on and so forth. So I think that our video is now ready. So we can go ahead and import it. Go to import, click on import, and let us import the video. Okay, so the video is here, but first of all, I want you to right click here and let's extract our audio. And what I want you to do is, again, increase the sound, because people normally, they're not listening for the most part using headphones, and they might be, just putting their phone somewhere not close to them. We want the voice to be bigger so that they can hear what we're talking about. Then I'm going to go to enhance voice and enhance it 100%. This is a pro feature, but I'm going to use it. And as you can see, it's enhancing it. And at the same time, I'm going to drag my scene right here, and there you go. Now the scene has been dragged, except for when I go to the end here. If I actually zoom in, you can see that there is that little gap that we can cover. So I'm going to click on this scene right here and go to speed. And basically what we can do, we can just adjust this, so probably add 25.8 instead of 25 point what it was. And now we can just go ahead and crop the extra part here, because there is no audio here, as you can see. And I can crop this audio here as well. Now we have done the most difficult part. We're going to have to zoom out, and I want you to do this. Now, in order to take your video to the next level, we need to add effects. So I'm going to go here, and I want you to go to adjustment. So there's an adjustment effect. And if you actually drag this custom adjustment right here in the middle between the scenes, this adjustment will only apply to the background and not to the person, which is exactly what I want. So I'm going to drag this adjustment and basically increase the size of it. And I want you to go right here and address this. Add some temperature, some tint. Scroll down to add a little bit of saturation, some exposure, some contrast, some highlights. Then we want to add some shadows, or actually less shadows. Want to add more white colors, less black colors, more brilliance, and then more sharpening, more clarity. And you can even add a vignette if you want to, which I think is useful in this case. So I'm going to add a vignette, but it doesn't apply to the character. Okay, so that is that. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to click on the character himself, and then go to the retouch option right here. There's the retouch option. If you click retouch, there are some pro elements that you cannot do, like even, but you can smoothen, you can add brightening and whiten the teeth. I'm actually going to add a little bit of each, and so on and so forth. And I can even scroll down and change this skin tone. For example, I can change it to this, and I can increase the warmth of it. And as you can see, that kind of changes things. And I can scroll down here. We have a very interesting thing, which is the makeup. But this only applies if you want to add the makeup to a woman presenter. So in this case, as you can see, I couldn't apply it because I don't think we can apply this here. But the body, well, we can straighten the shoulders. All right. We can widen the shoulders a little bit to make him look a little bit more muscular. We can increase the arm size. or actually I think it doesn't really increase it, but as far as the neck, we can increase the neck size, the legs, and so on and so forth. Just a couple of edits. The body, the waist, you know, actually making him look like a bodybuilder here. And the chest could probably add, you know, make him look like he's training. Some hips, smoothen, and we can add some brightening, and we can scroll up. Now, I think there's a lot of interesting effects as well. You can also go to adjustment on the character. So I can click adjustment, and basically I can also do the same things I've done to the background. So I can add some exposure, but scroll up first, add some temperature, some tint, some saturation, and then I can add some contrast, some highlights, less shadows, a little bit of lights, and a little bit less shadows here, and more brilliance. And I could also go and add some sharpening and some clarity. And yeah, and here if I actually go to full screen, you can see that my character is looking really good. There's that fine line that separates him from the background, which is good. I'm actually looking for it, and that's pretty good. So now we have the character, we have everything in place. So what we want to do is I want you to click on the captions option, and let's apply a caption to the video. A caption is basically going to show up while he's talking. So I'm going to click generate here. In any case, it's going to take a little bit of time. In the meantime, I want you to go to google.com. And let's search for music that we can add to the background. So let's go, for example, search for financial music Pixabay. And let's look for a financial music that we can particularly apply to this background. So if I click right here, financial music, there it is. And what we could do is we could just go ahead and look for a finance music. So for instance, let's click this one and listen to it. Not bad. So I'm actually going to download and go back to CapCut. So here, going back to CapCut, I want you to check the captions, make sure there is no grammar mistakes with any caption. You can go ahead and go through the captions. And if there's a mistake, you'll be able to see it. In my case, I'm just going to switch to text and click on templates. And basically, we're going to have to choose a specific template that would apply for this video. There's multiple templates. Now, since this video is about finance, I think it's only fit if we go ahead and apply a green caption. Okay, so there's a lot of green captions. And if I scroll down, I think I'm going to apply this one. Okay, it's a pro, but you can scroll down to find a free caption type. There's multiple. Just go ahead and find the one you like. Okay, I think this one is good, but this one is even better. Let me see, because this one actually, let's just say, shows an animation. So I'm going to apply that one. Okay. Now, once you've applied your captions, move the needle right here, right? Move the needle in the middle of a caption. Make sure you select the captions again, all of them. And then we can go ahead and drag this caption here. Now, from what I can see, my caption failed to add properly. This can happen sometimes. So in order to solve this, I'm going to have to choose a different one. Okay, I think I'm going to go back to this one. The quick. Oh, they're all the quick, but this one is simpler. And I think this one applied really well right here. Okay, that is perfect. So now the caption is applied. Everything else is applied. What we need to do is to go to the import option and import the music that we can put in the back, and voila. We have a video that we created super fast with no 11 labs. We created it using CapCut. Now put the music in and then move the needle here. Click the music, and then you can click this option, delete right, which will delete the other part of the music, and we can basically reduce the volume down to a minimum for the music and fade it out, and that's pretty much it. Now, if I actually go full screen, you'll be able to see how this looks like, but in order for us to preview the video properly, we need to go ahead and actually download or export it. So I'm going to export this video and meet you in the next video in which we're going to watch this video. Okay, so I'm going to click export right here. It's a simple video, but an effective way to create content. So for content creators, this is a great way. And this content, this type of content, you could put it on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube Shorts all at the same time. And you gain 3 platforms all at the same time. So I'm going to click right here on frame rate, move it to 60 frames per second. And then I'm going to export to the download. But here, I would like to go ahead and name this, right? Finance channel video and click export. In which case, this is going to take some time, so I'll meet you in the next lecture.